Hello, hello, hello! I'm doing another video. Yay! Okay, so this is my story, and I'm going to talk about borderline personality disorder and how it works in my life. I'm going to just read kind of a definition-ish thing about it, and then I'm going to go through the criteria for the DSM of diagnosis, and I'll kind of share what's kind of going on in my life with that kind of stuff. So any experience or anything like that. So let's go. Borderline personality disorder is a serious mental disorder marked by a pattern of ongoing instability, moods, behaviors, self-image, and functioning. These experiences often result in impulsive actions and unstable relationship. Okay, here we go. So I'll just kind of read through them, and then I'll share kind of my experience, how it works in my life, what I'm struggling with, what I find helps me if I have something like that. So, okay. The first one is real or imagined abandonment. I am constantly worried about being abandoned. There's someone I'm really close to, and even with her, I'm so worried she's gonna leave me. I'm so worried she'll just give up on me. It's a terrible feeling. I've been like curled in a ball before over abandonment, over Steve being in the other room and I was in that room, like separate room, and I felt so abandoned just because he was in a different room. And it's just like so extreme, because that's what we do with BPT. We like extreme, 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 you know, and it's so intense and extreme. And I do believe some of my abandonment issues have been, there's been patterns in my life where I need to look at, just to kind of see my part. Try not to beat myself up too much, because I do that too. And so, yeah, that's a struggle. It's a struggle even with people who I know love me the deepest of their heart. It's still a struggle. I still have in my mind that they're just gonna leave me. So that's hard. Or even just in separate rooms, like, it's crazy. Anyways, unstable and intense interpersonal relationships, extreme between idolation and devaluation. Okay, so this happens to me. I'll usually find someone in my life. It's usually like someone who's older than me, and I'll attach to that person. I'll get really, really close. I'll share all my deepest, darkest secrets, and think that I have to do everything they tell me, and I have to tell them everything. Even though they're not even asking or anything, I'm still telling them everything and all this information about me. And I'll idolize them. I'll think they're great. There's nothing wrong with them. I can't see anything past anything wrong. I can only see that they're a great person, and I just idolize them like they're Jesus. And I can't believe I just said that. And so I'll look to this person way too intensely, way too much, forget that they have flaws, think that they don't even, like, there's no flaws, you know, and in the person, which everybody has. And then I can switch fast and devaluate them, and then I can speak badly of them. I cannot like them. I'll think everything's their fault, or they did this, or they did that, and I play victim, or anything like that. Yeah, so stuff like that. This has happened a lot the last couple of years, and I'll latch onto someone. I recently just am working on detaching with someone. I need to replace kind of what I had with that person, though, or something. I need to, like, watch that I don't attach onto someone else. But it's a behavior that's so difficult for me to break. So difficult. It's so difficult, you know? So, anyways, the third one, criteria for diagnosis, is the identity disturbance. So I have recently started to discover my identity, which is kind of cool, and some things about me that I would label myself as. They've been pretty consistent for a long time, some certain things. So if I find something I feel like I identify with, then I kind of go with it, and I'm kind of like, oh, all right, cool. This is what I'm thinking. This is how I feel, you know. Not hurting anybody, nothing like that. And then I'll kind of go with it, and I'll sit on it, and I'll sit on it before like I say, no, this is for sure me. And I'm finding my identity slowly over time, though. But that's okay. That's the way it's going to be as I start getting better and I start becoming more aware, more conscious. So yeah, my identity, like, you know, I'll grasp onto other people's like hobbies too. Like I'll like, oh, that hobby, this, that, you know, I'm all over the place. So, it's nice when I have some consistency sometimes. Really nice. And I'm working on it. So it's good. I hope to have some consistency to find my identity and what it is I need to identify as here in my heart and what feels right, and then kind of go with that. And I'm sure over time my identity, like some things won't fit and then other things will fit, but I'm trying to find something that fits in my heart, you know? And that's kind of, I see it, I feel it as part of me in my heart. Like I actually have that feeling it's part of me in my heart. Is kind of how I know, you know? So 4. 2 impulses, and then it kind of lists a bunch of them, and I put down the 2 that like I kind of struggle with is spending money. I can want to go out and spend money like nuts sometimes, and I have to be really careful with my money because I can go on spending sprees and buy just a ton of stuff that I don't even need at all and that I shouldn't be spending the money. So that is something that I'll just randomly want to do that without planning any budgeting or anything when I should. And binge eating. I'm really struggling with, I've been a little bit better lately, but I'll just like randomly go to the store and like I'll want to sit and watch whatever and just eat and eat and eat for like hours. And I'll go and I'll buy so much food that like there's no way I'm even gonna finish it, but I get so much food. I just like part of the process, like, oh, food, and it's bad. So I need to work on that, especially because I have some issues with my health, and I need to get some weight off me if I can, which is an ongoing battle with those meds for sure. And okay. 5, reoccurring suicidal behavior, gestures, threats, or self-mutilating behavior. So I think I've shared with you guys with my video that there is a video on my YouTube channel on self-harm if anybody's interested. I struggle with self-harming. I'm doing pretty good right now. So I just play it day by day. Self-harm is huge right now in my life. It's thoughts of it and urges a lot. So suicidal behavior, I have a lot of suicidal thoughts on and off depending on where I'm at that day or whatever. Yeah, I have been close recently to taking my life. So that's scary, because when you're in those moments, your feelings take over your logical thinking, man. It's not good. So I have purposely hurt myself in the past before to just kind of like in anger towards someone or resentment towards someone. Oh, I'll show you, look what I'll do, you know? So 6, reactivity of mood, irritability or anxious for a few hours, for a few days. So my mood, I do have bipolar, but my mood fluctuates still. Like I can still get kind of like hyper and then like not so hyper. So I can still kind of fluctuate. And it's not the bipolar, it's the BTT or BPD. And so yeah, I can get really fearful, like really fearful, like in my stomach, really bad, can't sleep for a few days at a time. I can have mood swings so easily, and I can be irritable, just really, really irritable inside, just inside me. I try to catch it as soon as I can to just relax and chill and get myself relaxing, you know, but I can just be so fucking agitated by things sometimes. Excuse my language, but I don't know how else to describe how it feels. And it can be the littlest things and it drives you nuts. So, 7, chronic feelings of emptiness. I think that explains itself pretty much. It's an actual feeling that I have inside of me that I'm empty. I also feel alone a lot. I feel so alone. I guess that comes with the emptiness. My life will be perfectly, I'll have so many people loving me and everything, and I'll just feel so alone. And it's a terrible feeling deep down inside of you to feel so alone when you're on this earth with so many people. And it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to some people, but like that's the way it goes, you know. Inappropriate, intense anger. I think that explains enough. My irritable days, I can go like this and I can go like this with someone and just totally flip. I can get off the phone with someone and be like, you know, so I can totally lose my shit very, very fast. And what's the scariest for me to be in is when I'm like that and I'm angry and suicidal. And that is scary, scary, scary for a bit until I calm down. Because talk about having the adrenaline and the energy to actually fulfill something, you know? So, 9, transparent stress-related paranoia, isolation, or severe dissociation symptoms. Okay, so I'm just going to rearrange here. I get paranoid to the point where I'll think people who really, really love me hate me or talk behind my back or don't even like me. People who really, really love me. I'll think people are kind of after me, like they're in spite of me, they're gonna do this or do that or like whatever. I can tell that I'm in that mindset, but I can't completely separate from it. It still feels really real, and it's absolutely a terrible feeling to think people are just after you. Severe dissociation symptoms. I did a video on this. If anybody's interested, it's on my channel. I do dissociate. I can severely dissociate. It's a struggle. It's an ongoing struggle. I did a video on that in more details. If you want me to do any of these in more details, like I've done a video on the self-harm and the dissociation. If you want me to talk about my anger maybe, or just anything like that, my identity, just go into more details. Let me know. Yeah, that's all I have to say really. I could go on about this stuff forever. So, okay, so yeah, I'll say bye for now. Put a thumbs up, subscribe, and there's more videos to come. Thanks you guys. Bye.